Hey guys, this is Jay here. I just want to show you where I've been doing so far on my little furnace and foundry setup here, and kind of show you a little bit of what I've been working on and what I've been thinking of doing here. I already poured the base that I have for my little foundry here. Used refractory cement and a mixture of that, and some. I used one of these Dawn stainless steel scours as a kind of a mesh for it, and mixed it with some perlite. Now the refractory cement that I used in this mixture was rated for over 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The walls, I'm planning on doing my own refractory mixture rather than using regular refractory cement. A mixture of, I'm planning on making my own sodium silica. On there, I already got the lye and the silicate crystals and distilled water for doing my own silicate mixture. I'm planning on mixing that with some Portland cement, some clay. I'm probably going to use activated alumina or maybe just the perlite I got in there, and use some silicate sand for my kind of like a filler mixture in there for the walls in there, and that'll kind of be my base for my walls. I already got some 3-inch PVC for my form on here. I used 3-inch PVC, a 3-inch sleeve, and a 3-inch to 2-inch Y. I cut off the 2-inch Y on there and left this open to run my angle pipe in there, and then cut off the bottom part of the Y and put a cap in it and glued that together just in case I had to make more than one of these later on. This would be like my starting point. Now I just filled in the bottom to the first ring on here. That's start my base, and then I can just drop this Y right into the circle. I already set that in the center and kind of set it up where I'd have it hardened already before I put the walls in. So I just set that right into that center circle, and then drop in my PVC piece right into it. Kind of get this angled first before I pour in my refractory mix. So I got that set up for my form there, and then once I got my refractory mix in there, then once it's hardened up enough, I just can pull that piece out and then slide this up. Now my refractory mix, I'm planning on pouring up to the top edge of this pail. Now this pail I'm planning on using for multiple uses. I'm planning on using it for foundry, for melting down some lower grade metals. I'm not really planning on melting down steel in it or anything, steel and iron. I'm not planning on really getting to that high of a temp as far as foundry work. Maybe brass, making bronze, that kind of mixture setup. So I'm not really planning on heating it up over 2,600 degrees or so. But I'm planning on having this set up where it can handle temps like that. So the mixture on the bottom is rated for over, I think with the mixture I did, it's probably around 3,200 degrees Fahrenheit or so. So in the walls, I'm probably going to make it to where it can handle at least about maybe 3,400 or so. I want to make sure I exceed the heat limits, the heat that I'm planning on using in there. So I figured that way, with the mix I got on there, it'll be able to handle 20, whenever I'm planning on doing my high temp heats, up to 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit. And whenever I just plan on using it as like a little a heating furnace for whenever I forge steel, or that way it's able to handle the temps. Now this is for multiple use on here. I'm as far as Foundry, and then I'm planning on making like a heat rising tube for like forging swords or long metal implements, maybe machetes or anything like that. So I wanted this to be versatile, used for multiple applications. So I picked up this 5-gallon high-grade steel pan right here, and it's going to be my form for my heat rising tube. So what I'm also planning on doing is I'm planning on doing just a basic mix, like a regular brick mix, and using this pail as the outer form for it. So what I'm gonna take a piece and cover up the hole here later on. Well, maybe not. I might just whenever I come and make the outer wall for the next piece, I'm probably just gonna use like one of those concrete tube forms and run it around the outside and cut out the hole and run that PVC pipe through it. But this will be my start of my base, and I'll make my brick mixture, and I'll probably either spray the outside of these edges of everything on here with Dawn, or whenever I worked concrete we always used diesel fuel, but I don't know if I want to expose these to diesel fuel or not. I don't know. I'm open to any ideas anyway. So I'll plan on using this for the base of the form on there, and then put in my brick mixture, and then once it's hardened up enough, I'll take the bucket out and flip this over, bake my brick, cure it, go through the whole curing process, and then I'll work my way up until I got a ring that I can just drop this pail in, and I'll have my hole already in the brick for running in either propane or my oxygen, depending on what application I'm using. And then from there I'll have several fire brick rings that I'll have going up to form a chimney from the top of this. And then this also, I'm planning on making my cap for on top of this little foundry. So whenever I do my foundry work, I'll probably just drop it into my brick form anyway, and then have one cap with these stainless steel rings on top of it, and then I'll have my cutout for throwing in ingots and my crucible and everything. I might even make it so I can actually pull the crucible out while the cap is on there. I probably won't do that because it probably cause other problems, and probably should just have maybe I'll probably just do like either a 3 or 4 inch. Yeah, I'll probably just do like a 3-inch hole in the middle of it, just to kind of keep the cap reduced down. Maybe 2.5, I don't know. It depends. I'll probably debate about it a little bit, and then taking any ideas that I can get on this, because if I can make this better and last longer, and maybe even come up with a better idea, it's like I'm open to suggestions. This is just where I'm starting out from, and if I can get something better and something that'll last long and have it easier as far as application wise, is like I'm open to ideas. Okay, this is just what I'm starting out with, and if I'll take in any suggestions or any ideas. I kind of got my idea as far as for this, where it can handle the high temps, but as far as like the heat rings and making it so this can have like a heating, working like in blacksmithing applications, it's like it's kind of up in the air still. It's like I'm just throwing around ideas, and once I start working on it, it's like it's probably going to be a couple months from now whenever I have a finished product anyway. I'm kind of going to take my time on this. It's going to start out being a hobby, and I plan on hopefully be able to do less and less hobby work and have it where kind of get into more custom work. So here's what I started out with, and see what you guys think.